NFL recap. Right? Green Bay won. I'm ecstatic because the Saints. That's my Ash Ketchum.
Shootout.
It was a shootout. We Packers won 42-34, and Rodgers played pretty well.
If I don't say so myself, he did.
Is an understatement.
He played fantastic.
27 for 35. He had 312 yards and 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. That was basically his Super Bowl performance again, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. No hangover for the Packers after the Super Bowl. I mean, the defense was a little iffy, but come on, it's early in the season.
Shootout.
And the offense came out and did their thing. James Starks had 57 yards and a touchdown off 12 carries. He impresses me a little bit. I think he's going to be really good. Ryan Grant came back at 40 yards on 9 carries. You know, he didn't really have a touchdown, but what really got me going was Jennings had a lot of yards, but Randall Cobb, rookie out of Kentucky, 2 receptions for 35 yards and a touchdown.
108-yard return.
For a touchdown. And he had another great return that went about 40 yards. So, and he says that both of those were mistakes. His scoring plays, he said he messed up. So, well, I'm gonna give this young man some advice. Keep making mistakes like that, because he has given us explosiveness on special teams returning.
Yeah, he has a lot of potential.
The only thing I think Packers need to work on for special teams is their coverage. The Saints, Drew Brees, he had a great game. If you had him and didn't start him,
me.
then I'm sorry. He went 32 for 49, 419 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And I benched him.
And he had him on his bench.
Yeah, I did. But in other news, Pittsburgh got annihilated. Big time.
They did.
By the Ravens.
It was ugly.
7 turnovers. You know what Ben did? Big Ben threw 3 picks and fumbled it twice. You know, I was going to this game, I was like, we own the Ravens. You know, we beat them in playoffs, we beat them every season. We had their number. But no.
He's clearly upset.
No. They came into the game expecting it to be handed to them. We said, we have the Ravens' number. We're going to win. They lost by a lot.
A lot.
First play, 30 yards. We had the number one rush defense last year. They ran for 30 yards on the first play. I knew it was going to be a long game right when I saw that. Then, touchdown pass right after that.
I had Barry Rice on my bench the whole game. I'm a little upset.
Oh, I had Drew Brees on my bench.
It's okay.
Big Ben had 1 touchdown, and it was 14-7, so I thought they have a chance to come back. Then he threw 3 picks.
3. Not 2, not 1.
3.
That's a Rex Grossman game.
Yeah, Rex Grossman on an average day would do that. Flacco threw all over us, 224 yards, 3 picks. Not 3 picks, touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 3.
Big Ben had 3 picks.
Yeah.
Getting a little mixed up here because we usually win.
Flacco,
3 touchdowns.
he was pretty good. He was 17 for 29, 224 yards, 3 touchdowns. If you had him for fantasy, he's great. But Ray Rice, 107 yards, a touchdown, and a 5.6 yards per carry.
Ironically, Ray Rice was the last running back to get over 100 yards against Steelers defense in 09. Yes, that's right. Steelers defense went through all of 2010 without allowing a 100-yard rusher, and we did it week 1 of 2011.
The thing that really killed y'all was the 7 turnovers y'all had. 7.
Ben, 3 picks.
That's too many.
2 fumbles.
Mendenhall coughed it up again.
Mendenhall, of course Mendenhall fumbled. He only did it in the Super Bowl when it was the worst time possible.
Clay Matthews.
Yeah, Clay Matthews was like, here Mendenhall, I'm just going to tackle you. And Mendenhall was just like, fumbled it up.
We'll give Matthews some credit. It was a textbook tackle. He put his shoulder and his helmet right on the ball.
Yeah, Mendenhall knows better. He needs to hold the ball like this, like a good running back.
Oh, it's hard to hold onto a ball when Thor Odinson's tackling you.
It's upsetting.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Y'all got an easy team next week.
Seattle. I hope so. Moving on.
Monday Night Football. Patriots at the Dolphins. It was an offensive game.
Tom Brady, 517 yards, 5th most all-time in one game.
And if Bill Belichick had let him pass on the last drive,
They had 50 yards. They needed 50 yards for the record.
They needed 45.
45, and they were on the 50 with 10 minutes left. All they had to do was throw the whole field, the rest of the field.
2 catches to Welker, he probably would have had it.
But no, like Belichick's like, no, you're not gonna have it.
But Brady was 32 for 48. You know, he had 4 touchdowns. He had a pick, but the pick was more of a fluke. It was a tip pass. It went to a lineman. I mean, it was a pick 6.
Yeah.
But you know, I can't really give it too. You know, it was a poor throw, but
It's
I mean,
kinda like,
but you know, he couldn't help the pick. I mean, the tip, yeah, he probably could have avoided that, but the pick 6.
I think he raced it when he threw that 99-yard pass to Welker.
Yeah.
See that? Dolphins cut their corner Tuesday because of that throw Monday night.
And they had a pretty good rush game too. They had over 100 yards rushing. They had Danny Woodhead, who I love this guy. I love Danny Woodhead.
A white running back. Can you imagine?
I mean, not even though he's white. I mean, he's short, he's small, doesn't weigh that
He
much.
runs hard. He plays with his
And
heart.
he runs hard. I mean, and what I love the most is that the Jets cut him. He went to the Patriots, and he's been running.
Oh, I
it
love
forever.
that fact. The
And
Jets cut him there.
Woodhead had 14 carries for 69 yards and a 4.9 average. Green Ellis also had a 4.9
The law firm.
average. And also had a touchdown. He had 7 carries and 34 yards. So, I mean, but Wes Welker and Aaron Hernandez, they were the go-to guys at safety.
Easily.
Welker had 8 receptions for 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Hernandez had 7 receptions for 103 yards and a touchdown. Gronkowski also had 6 catches for 86 yards, a touchdown, and Deion Branch at 93 yards on 7 receptions. And Slater, he had a nice 47-yard catch. He's going to be, I think he's going to be pretty nice for them. All in all, I think it was 1 turnover apiece for each team, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So pretty good ball. You know, usually a team will give it up once.
Brady overshadowed Henny. Henny had 400 yards.
He did. Brady, Henny. I mean, he threw 30 for 49, 416 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's not the usual Chad Henne, but if you can keep up playing near this level or at it, I think the Dolphins have a legit chance at getting 2nd place in the NFC East and maybe even a wild card.
Yeah, I agree.
That's with the Patriots at 1st place. I think it's going to go Pats. If the Dolphins can play like this, Dolphins, Jets, Buffalo.
Other games. Buffalo, 41-7.
You saw that coming.
Over Kansas City.
We saw that.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Dwayne Bowe was shut down 17 yards the whole game. 1 catch, I think.
What are you going to do? That's surprising. We're keeping an eye on Buffalo and Kansas City next week.
And Fitzpatrick, Buffalo's quarterback, underrated. I think he's going to.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback.
Houston, 34-7 over Indy. Peyton Manning's gone for like 2 months. Thank God.
Right now, Houston, AFC South, that's their division to lose. They are, I think, the only real solid team out there. Titans are probably a close second to them. I mean, they got Matt Hasselbeck, and he played well.
They got Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson. He had 4 carries and 2 yards in the first half of their game, I think. But the thing that saved the Titans was Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
So I think Houston with Andre Johnson, Ben Tate, Arian Foster, and Schaub, kind of running that offense, I think they're going to be able to do well. I think they can take the division.
Well, I think they're not as good as the dream team. Philadelphia, we hate you.
Sorry, but we do.
I hope someone rolls on Vic's knee
But
and he gets hurt. But they won.
They put up points, 31.
31-13 against St. Louis. St.
Louis is an up-and-coming team, but the thing that I really kind of got a little bit exposed here for the Philadelphia Eagles was their rush defense.
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson had 2 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Come on now, you got to be able to stop the run. And they had 154 yards rushing the whole game. And that's not with Steven Jackson. That's with their backup. While the backup's probably pretty good, Steven Jackson, if he had not hurt that quad of his, he would have run it all over him, I think.
Easily. He would have had a big game, real big game.
So, for St. Louis, if Bradford's injury isn't too serious and if Steven Jackson could come back, I think they're going to definitely take the NFC West.
Easily.
And Philly, you need to work on that rush defense because your dream team of a secondary, well, guess what?
That's not working.
If teams can ground and pound the ball on you, you ain't winning a game.
Not at all. Redskins, 28-14 over the New York Giants.
I was surprised by this. I really was. I thought that, yes, the Redskins have gotten better, but I didn't think they were going to come out and be able to kind of...
Grossman.
Well, I mean, they made some moves. They got pretty good, but I did not expect them to be able to come in here and handle
The Giants.
They handled them. The score doesn't really show, but they kind of handled them.
Tim Hightower's looking pretty good.
Tim Hightower, I mean, come on, the Redskins, they have a shot, a legitimate shot if they can keep playing like this.
Tim Hightower coming from the Cardinals, who's a backup. Washington said, come over here, we'll give you a chance to start. He proved he was worth it.
I think the Skins, they're my dark horse pick in the NFC East.
Yes.
If the Philadelphia Eagles don't fix those problems on defense, and the Cowboys are the Cowboys. They had that game against the Jets locked up, and they choked with Romo. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them out because everyone says, "Oh, playoff
Cowboys are
every
gone.
year." Not this year, not again.
Yeah. That about wraps it up this week. Next week we'll get to you with any big games.
Go Pack, go!